Hey, friend.
Hi, friend. How are you?
It's been a long fucking day.
Hard same. Hey, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Hey Coworker.
Mm-hmm.
The coworkers need to go to happy hour because what the fuck is happening?
Bro, it's one of those, like, I want to talk about it, but also, like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's probably not for the best.
No, because if I do, I'm still angry about the situation, mm-hmm. and still frustrated and disappointed, and it would just not be good for me or the other person if I started talking right now.
And you know what? That's fair.
I'm trying to be a better human, friend.
And that's hard
trying to test me.
That's hard to do, but working towards it, you know, that's a good first step. I want to go ahead and apologize to everybody right now. I don't know if you can see this or not. I've had this much of a margarita and I'm drunk. So,
friend, you ain't bring me one?
Well, it was supposed to be gone.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. I was going to drink it and leave it.
Where'd you get it from?
Torchy's. Okay, in the catch-up. I'm having a shit day, which stemmed from a shit last night.
Same.
I didn't get enough sleep. It was a mess. My nigga pissed me off. So.
Same. Not my nigga, though,
But today, before I came over here, I went to Torchy's Tacos to give me a taco. Mm-hmm. I asked for what I asked for, and what I got in my bag is not what the fuck I asked for. Which is why I'm drunk off a tenth of this fucking margarita because I ain't had nothing to eat.
What did you order?
I ordered a brush fire with no sour cream, and it's sour cream on it. I cannot eat sour cream. Every time I look at sour cream, I want to puke. Every time I look at it, I have a visceral reaction. As soon as I
really wanted to make a 14-year-old boy joke. I really did.
You can try.
I'm gonna let it go.
Okay.
Because the way you just looked was like, I'm not even in the mood for that shit right now. So don't try me, nigga.
Like I said, you can try. But
I'm good. I'm not gonna press my luck.
So yeah, I was supposed to eat before I started drinking this, mm-hmm. and I couldn't eat. As soon as I opened up the foil and I saw that foil paper, I almost threw up. I got so upset. I'm definitely taking it back when I leave here. But that's why I'm not drunk, mm-hmm. but I am tipsy, and a little something else.
Do what you got to do.
Yeah, bear with me.
I'm not a proponent of fixing my problems with substances, but on occasion,
it can help. I'm not fixing the problem. Every time I go to Torchy's when I'm not at work, most of the time I'm at work when I go to Torchy's, but whenever I go to Torchy's, I'm not at work, I get a margarita. I didn't get a margarita because of today.
Okay, this is so random. Do you have like, we should do that. That should be our next draft. Should be like best places to go eat on your lunch break.
Ooh.
And you can't pick Chick-fil-A 5 times.
But 4 is okay.
once per draft.
But why?
Because it's only one Chick-fil-A.
But they got different items on the menu. That should count for something.
I'm not doing this. Now, if we wanted to do best food items to eat as a draft, that would be interesting. There's a few local spots. Mm-hmm. She's going to be fucked up by the end of this episode.
Drunk as hell. Okay, so yeah, I've just been having a shit day because I had a shit night. Mm-hmm. I was up very, very late, and my nigga pissed me off. So it was just a shit night, and then I was tired today, and then we celebrated the May birthdays in the office today, which meant I had to mingle with my fucking coworkers.
Why do they do stuff like that, coworker? I'm blessed to have a few coworkers that I actually like and actually like want to interact with. But a lot of them, I don't want to do, like,
And then, you know, me being the person that I am, I often feel pressure to be the comedic relief in the room everywhere that I go.
Oh, I'm not that. I'm the observant one who's sitting in the corner going, oh, she don't actually like you.
Oh, no. I don't be, like, not at work. I don't, you know. But whenever it's just too quiet, people are talking and then it just kind of fades out. I just like, I'm either finna leave. I'm finna say something or I'm finna leave. Because I'm not finna sit in this awkward shit. I'm not about to sit in this. I'm uncomfortable. I'm either finna get my pizza and go.
Not a pizza party. Yo, we haven't had a pizza party. Typically what they do for us is potlucks.
Give me the pizza.
But I only eat the people's food that I know like I know you don't got cats running around in your kitchen, so we good. Because you can't eat out of everybody's kitchen. That's not a...
Right.
You will do yourself harm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how much I want to share. And I really, really fuck with y'all, but...
It's one of them ones where you're trying to figure out how much is going to be detrimental to your relationship, and fuck like
that nigga.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how much is going to be detrimental to my relationship to share, and what is an appropriate amount that I should be allowed to talk about my experience. I'm trying to do that math in my head right now. And so what I will say is I was incredibly hurt and angry and disappointed and just didn't feel very considered in my relationship, without saying too much. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, like I was pissed. Now, being pissed doesn't mean I don't get to show up for my partner.
Right. Because
I still got to like show up and do things, which I have been doing. But angry about it. But I think we are fine and we will get to a place of resolution. We just have to be willing to do the work. And the thing that I have shared with her is like the issues that we're both having, we would have if we were in any other relationship. Mm-hmm. So if we're having this issue, it's not about like trying to avoid the issue. It's the fact that, do you feel safe enough with me to work on this thing? Right. And also, I can't be the person that fixes this thing. Like it is my responsibility to fix my issues. And when I can't, I can ask you for help. That is perfectly fine. But my issues are my responsibility to fix. And so when you have that realization and you take ownership like that, and everybody else doesn't necessarily have that thing of like, well, I don't want to say that she doesn't. She is fixing the issues. But yeah, it's been a lot.
And see, we're recording this today, but this is not coming out for like a week.
Yeah, so like we'll probably be all good by then, but and at the moment
I don't want to talk about because I don't want to, because I am still upset. Mm-hmm. And so I don't want to
say things in anger that you're going to regret, or that are going to be on video and on the internet forever.
Right. And then especially like when they come out, because he'd be watching the episode sometime or whatever, when they come out and it's like, I don't want to bring this back up because everything moves so freaking fast. It's like from week to week, so much shit changes.
Okay, I have this question. So how do you handle conflict in your relationships?
Usually, I like to. I need to talk about it. I need to talk about it, but I don't need to talk about it right away. Mm-hmm. But that is because words are my thing. Mm-hmm. I practice and I pride myself on being able to, for the most part, communicate how I feel effectively the first time. Okay. I pride myself, like I exercise my brain. I tell y'all that I lie a lot all the time, which is true, but it's never, I don't be lying about big shit. Yeah. But I practice because I do feel like lying keep you on your toes. To be able to just come up with something that has no truth to it off the top of your head and make it convincing is a skill.
You just, at this point, you're just practicing the imagination that you didn't get to use as a child. That's what that feels
I'm not
like.
one of those kids. I didn't get whoopings. I was very like.
No. I'm saying as a child, like, did you use your imagination a lot?
Yes.
You're just carrying it over into adulthood.
It's carrying over. I love to. Yes.
So the way that I typically handle conflict in all of my relationships, and what I try to do now is, first thing is to validate the feelings and be like, your feelings are valid. You good. Hey, you do what you got to do, like black woman.
My wig was sliding back. I had to catch it before it ran the fuck away. Go ahead. Daddy, we ain't even have to stop and acknowledge it.
I was thrown off, but I'm gonna do better in the future, friend. We're just not even gonna acknowledge it next time. So the way that I handle conflict is to first validate the feelings and then address whatever grievances I have. And at the end, I still need to like reinforce that I'm not going anywhere. So that is typically how I will do that. And I will probably at some stage in every facet of the confrontation or the conflict, reinforce, I'm not going anywhere. You are still my choice. These are still my issues. And
that's so mature.
I'm trying really, really hard, friend. Like, it takes a lot of work. Yeah, being healthy and mature in a relationship. People don't tell you about how fucking exhausting that shit is. Being healthy and mature in a relationship is exhausting and tiring, and sometimes I don't want to. I would rather just be toxic sometimes.
It's like being a healthy parent. You know how easy it is to just pop your kid?
No. Because no. So this is the thing. I don't want to say that because I don't like being parentified in my relationship. I want to be daddy and I'm dom, but that's for play. If I am daddy and I am dom and I have to fix all the issues all the time, then that's not fun for me. I don't want to play in that way because I'm living my entire life in that way all the time. And that is exhausting. That is how doms get taken advantage of and abused. And it's just like, nah, bro, like there is something to be said for, yes, you're in a 24/7 dynamic. And yes, you have a certain level of responsibility to the person that you are pouring into, but you're submissive. Your person that you're with also has a responsibility to pour back into you so that you're not completely empty.
That wasn't what I meant. I was just saying.
My bad. I was triggered.
That it takes the same type of practice. It's exhausting in the same way as being a healthy parent. Like, because when you're in a relationship, it can be very easy just to be like, man, fuck you, I don't want to talk. In the same way, when you have children, it can be very easy to just sit your ass down and do what I said because I'm the mama. But it can be very exhausting. It takes a lot of effort.
It's you're taking care of future Roxanne and future Cheesy Fries or whoever it is that you're dealing with. Like, you're taking care of that relationship in the future by dealing with whatever issue it is now.
Yeah.
But that shit ain't it's hard, and it takes discipline and takes work and effort, and just I don't always got the energy or the time or the headspace for that. And so on those occasions, it is perfectly fine and natural for you to be like, to ask for the things that you need. And I'm trying to get better about asking for the thing that I need, because one thing about me, I will, once you show me that I'm gonna, like, if I ask you for a favor or for something and then you don't do the thing that I asked,
I'm never asking you for anything
ever again. Ever again. And now, and I've had to learn to like stop doing that. I have to give people the opportunity to correct the behavior that like pissed me off in the first place. And so I can't just be like, I'm never going to trust you again because you did this thing once, because that's not how relationships work. That's not healthy for a relationship. So yeah, like,
I'd be so bad if I ask you to do something and you even think about it for too long. I'm like, don't worry about it. The whole time I asked if you could pick me up from the airport and you just trying to figure out what time you're going to be off work. But if you, don't even worry about it, bro. I'll walk.
I'll Uber. I'll walk. That's the friends that I have that are the closest to me are people that showed up for me when I like needed something. Like, okay, so my homegirl Ruby, what let me know me and Ruby was really cool was I was coming back from something, and I was supposed to have a ride from the airport, but the person that was supposed to give me a ride from the airport I couldn't get a hold of. And this is before me and Ruby were like mad close, but I knew like she was someone who knew that I was going where I was going and doing what I was doing. So I was like, hey, yo, can you pick me up from the airport? And she was like, yeah, and picked me up from the airport. And it was in that moment I was like, we're always going to be friends. Yeah. I'm always going to cut for you because you didn't have to do this for me, and you did, and I value that so much.
Yeah. I forgot that someone commented on one of my videos asking me to talk about something on the podcast, so I figured we could talk about it here. I made a video, and of course, the internet is a place for fun. So a lot of times my content is not to be taken literal. Most of the things that I say, I do mean. Like I mean them, but it's hyperbole. I'm
saying
exaggerating for the internet.
Yes.
Right. So I was saying we all know I want a boyfriend. But I was like, I don't know how to date because every guy that I seriously date, we move in together immediately. Cause I like to cohabitate.
Friend, have you spoken about this with your therapist? What did they say?
I have not. It has not come up.
So you haven't brought it up?
It hasn't come up because
you know what your attachment style is?
Anxious.
Is it? Because I was very avoidant.
No, with my therapist, like as far as my therapist. No, it literally. I have not been in a position to even think about that because it has not. I haven't had a boyfriend since I was married when I met her, and then I got a divorce, and I have not been in a serious
situation.
Yeah, it hasn't come up. It's not something that I think about and just have been avoiding. It just literally hasn't come up. But and so I mean, I have kids now, so I can't live the way that I used to live in that way, but I don't know. I've never just dated someone and only saw them like once or twice a week. What? I don't even know how to do that.
Sounds very normal and healthy to me, especially in the beginning stages.
No, I want to see you every single day.
Yeah, you're definitely anxiously attached, friend. Because let me tell you something. As that sounds to me, tiring. I like to spend a lot of time. I'm so happy being by myself, and this takes a lot of work, like to be able to, because I am very I try to be very like conscious of everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm saying and be curated in the way that I'm going about having relationships and interacting with people. And because I am trying really, really hard to be like a good, healthy person, that takes a lot of time for me to have to like sit with myself and process my feelings and do all this stuff. So I can't be around people all the time. But when you have a girlfriend that wants to be in your skin,
yeah, so
it can be hard. But you got to set good boundaries.
Yeah, and once again, it's exaggerated. I want to see my partner every day. I do not have to see my partner every day. It's not going to be an issue if I don't see you every day.
Okay,
but I want to.
So let's say you're 3 months into a relationship.
Like we go together. Like that's my man.
Yes, my man.
Period.
How often do you want to hang out with him?
What you mean by hang
reasonable?
Out?
What is it a reasonable amount of time to see him? Not sex. I'm talking about like y'all are in person hanging out. You've been together for 3 months.
I was gonna say why we don't live together.
See, you got issues, friend.
I like cohabitating. I always have. Because
bro, you cohabitated with Short King when he came into town.
Yeah,
you was ready to be like he lived here
not going anywhere.
He lived here for this weekend.
Yeah, I literally told him we're playing house this weekend. We're playing house. Which I can't live like that anymore. But I like to cohabitate because I like a man being around me. We don't even have to be in the same room, but just knowing that a man is there, it makes me feel good. And then especially when I feel like, because sometimes I have to be not strong, but it's like sometimes sometimes I just want to know that it's somebody here who I can just let go with.
That's real.
And I like that feeling.
Can I tell you that most men are actually looking for the same thing?
There's somebody they can just let go with.
But also, most men don't have the language to say, I just want somebody I can let go with.
Yeah.
Yo, patriarchy be killing these men, bro. Like you're dying early because of misogyny and patriarchy, because you trying to impress your homeboys with how tough and hard you are instead of like asking for the thing you need.
Yeah.
God, don't let that ever be me, please.
But yeah, I mean, I talked about it. I posted the video on TikTok or whatever, and it's not really much more than that. Like, I know that that's not realistic anymore, especially because I have children now. But in my head, if I get a nigga, why we can't live together every other week?
Like, you want like partial custody? Like, you want,
like, when I don't have because I have my kids every other week. So when I don't have my kids, why you don't live here or why I don't live there?
That sounds extremely inconvenient for him.
Why?
Because he has all his things at his house.
Then have things at my house too. Or I can have things at your house. Why we can't just live together for a week
after 3 months? Because the original question was, after 3 months, how often should you be seeing this person?
Yeah. You
want to live together after 3 months?
Every other week.
Let me tell you something, friend.
You ain't even legally got to put me on your lease. Like, I mean, like, according to like the leasing offices and shit, they don't like, I'm not there long. I'm not there.
Let me tell you something. If I were to be dealing with a girl and she says to me after 3 months, we should move in, red flag. That to me is a red flag. Just because, like, we don't even know each other for real after 3 months.
We would if we was together every day. If we was together every day,
I would get burnt out.
My niggas like to be around me. I be chilling though.
In 3 months, you ain't even like done meeting this person's representative yet.
You would if you was with them every day, is what I'm saying. If you with somebody every day, but there's a difference between what I want ideally and what I am willing to accept, or like what is okay. I don't have to actually, I want to be with him every day, but you also have to remember, I'm coming out of a marriage. Mm-hmm. And so although there were a lot of things in my marriage that I did not like, one of the main things that I did is that I came home to somebody every day. And I came home to somebody and it's like, okay, I have the choice or the ability to come home and be to myself, mm-hmm. or come home and be with my partner. I can do either one depending on how my partner is feeling, because we're there. Mm. Like my ex-husband knew there were days I came home. I would come in the house. If I come upstairs, if the kids were already there, check and make sure that they're good and say I'm going back downstairs, because I need to decompress. But I can come home and I can see him. I can put eyes on him. I can know that he's okay. I can know that he's good. Let me go chill.
Learning how your partner decompresses is also a huge thing. Yeah. So little one likes to decompress by talking to me and recapping her day. Mm-hmm. I want to decompress by sitting in front of the TV, not talking at all, and just melting into a TV show or playing a video game. Yeah. And that in the beginning of our relationship was like a thing. Mm-hmm. And I had to be like, I don't operate the same way you do, and I love you. I'm happy to like operate in the way that you need to decompress, but that doesn't stop me from needing the things that I need. Right. So like, hey, let's compromise. Right. Yeah. So that was a longer catch up than we thought that was going to be. Yeah, I think we had some things to get off our chest, friend.
Yeah. And
And we still ain't talking about it all. So, hey,
we'll say that.
Good job for you for not telling too much of your business.
Because I
not lying. Go ahead, friend.
I always be telling y'all too much of my business. To the point, like,
now I told too much of mine because when this episode comes out,
it's gonna be a conversation.
Probably.
Yeah. We'll do this at the end of the show too, probably. But I just really like appreciate everybody who watches the show. I really do. So. And then I was talking to my nigga this morning, and I was saying how like it's weird to me still that there are so many people out there who know who I am, but I don't know who they are.
Have you ever had somebody walk up on you in public?
Yes, at my job. Now remember, I work at a place.
That happened to me.
I work at a place that is in, like, my job is inside a bigger building. So they work for that building, but they work in the same place as me. This is not the first time that it's happened. And I want to apologize if you are watching this, because the first guy who ever did that to me, he walked up to me and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you're my TikTok friend." This was just on TikTok. "You're my TikTok friend." I said, "Oh, I don't have a TikTok," and walked off. In the same exact outfit I had just posted, an outfit of the day video.
So I want to tell the story of how someone like tricked me into calling them little one. Cause it was, bro, let me tell you something. I was at a poetry event and I'm sitting there cause so people know, so whenever I go to poetry events or I'm doing stuff like that, I never assume that people know that I have like TikTok or whatever. And this is before like I got like big on TikTok. And so I'm standing there and I was selling my like books cause I have like books that I sell. So, young lady comes up to me and she was with somebody. Her man was like 5 feet behind her. So like we're talking and she's like, can you say it to me just one time? And I was like, say what? And she goes, "Little one, can you call me little one?" And it didn't register in my brain. And I just went, "Little one." And she was like, "Thank you." And I went, "What just? Oh my God, did you just..."
What happened?
You tricked me into calling you my partner's honorific.
She didn't trick you. She asked you.
She asked me. I didn't realize what she was asking because my brain wasn't even...
That's not her fault. She did not trick you. She asked you.
But why would you do that?
You could have said no, but you didn't think about it. That's not her. She did not trick you. There was no scammery going on here.
If I felt scammed.
No, if she walked up to you. I felt a little dirty. If she walked up to you and said, "Can you call me little one?"
It was one of those.
That is not a scam.
Fam, it's one of those things where you gotta be there to like, it'd be like if one of your kids walks up to you and says something to you and you don't all the way register and you be like, "Yeah, sure, da 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 da," and then you take a second and you be like,
"That is not that kid's fault. That's my fault for not paying attention."
I take ownership of the fact that I did it. Full accountability. I was just so thrown off because I never expected someone to walk up to me and be like, "Call me little one." What?
Yeah. Well, so I posted a video on Instagram. And I was like, long story short, once again, hyperbole. It's all a joke. That's what I do. Everything that I do on the internet is unserious. Every single thing. So I made a video essentially saying, "Hey friends, should I cut this nigga off?" Because we was on FaceTime and he asked me what I was eating and I said I'm eating turkey necks. And he said, "Why are you eating turkey necks at 11 o'clock in the morning?" I should leave him, right?
That's lunchtime. What are we talking about?
First of all, it was people in the comments like, "Why are you eating turkey necks for breakfast? Why are you eating breakfast at 11 o'clock? I've been up since 7. I already ate. This is a snack. This is a snack."
That's basically lunch. 11 o'clock is basically lunch.
It's brunch at the very least. At the very least. So
tell them get off your sack, bro.
Right. But people like, of course.
But you did ask the question, so
yeah. But I also said, "Hey friends." So I was like, I wasn't even.
So you was expecting a friendly response.
Like, I wasn't even talking to y'all. All y'all with attitude, y'all are not my friends. I was not talking to y'all. But anyway, somebody in the comments said, "If it's cheesy fries, give them another chance. If it's somebody else, fuck that nigga." And I was just like, so I was talking to him about that this morning, and I was like, on the one hand, it feels weird that so many people know, like, although I'm literally telling y'all every week what the fuck is going on in my life, it
doesn't
weird.
feel like we're actually talking to anybody because we're sitting here talking to each other. Yeah.
But then on the other hand, I'm like, it feels really good to have people that I know fuck with us have inside jokes with us. Because if you don't watch the podcast, or at least the podcast clips, you don't know who the fuck Cheesy Fries. So if you see this comment, you don't know what's going on. So it does feel like we're in a little secret club, like we have insiders. That feels super fucking dope.
It's really dope.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it was Cheesy Fries, and I already told y'all I'm not coming fuck that nigga. Like, but I did be like, why the fuck would you ask me that?
Your man.
Fuck that nigga, bro. I hate that nigga.
Okay, we're gonna go to break right there.
Bye, y'all. I mean, not bye. We'll be back.
Ooh. Welcome back. That's how I know I'm getting old.
Yeah, that
sound I made when I sat down.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Yeah. But normally it's the getting up that has you make sound. Do you know how old you got to be to like grunt sitting down?
Sitting down. Especially, you didn't even control sit down. You kind of plopped and still made that.
I always plop.
But to plop is just so loose.
It low-key be like the wind just got knocked out of me because I plopped too hard. And I wasn't thinking about it. I was like, pop.
Okay, we're back with, sorry. I don't want a mic stand, so I'm trying to keep the mic right.
We should just get you a mic stand, friend.
Welcome back to What Burns My Toast, the section where we just talk about shit that pissed us off.
Okay.
Past week.
Do you want to go first?
I actually will go first because it should be short and sweet.
Okay.
Niggas. Come here.
No, it's gonna be some shit, bro.
Nah, it ain't even like that. I just want to ask y'all, why is it as soon as we say something good about y'all fuck up? As soon as you talking to somebody, you're seeing somebody or whatever, not your girl, you're dating. And as soon as she feels comfortable enough to be like, let me tell you about this nigga that I got. Boom. Baby mama.
Friend.
Secret kids.
That is not exclusive to women. I'm sorry, to men. Because women do the same thing.
I ain't never heard of that. I'm not saying that it's not true, but I don't date women.
Bro,
so.
The first time after I posted Little One, we got into a fight. Not but 3 days after, and I was like, I knew this shit was going to happen.
Every fucking time. Like, I feel like niggas is just like cars. Because as soon as you pay your car off, what happened?
Breakdown.
That shit break down. That's really all I had. Like, because I just got on here last episode saying I'm just gonna be willfully stupid and that's my nigga and I'm not coming up off of that nigga. Boy, fuck that nigga.
That's a choice that you made, friend.
Yeah, but as soon as I'm like, okay, no, we're good. He don't get on my nerves as much as he used to. I actually do like him a little bit. Like I enjoy spending time with him.
He gonna make you stand 10 toes on that.
Piss me off. I'm not, bro. I'm running. I'm quitting. Y'all already know that. Don't try me. Y'all know I'm trying to see how loyal you are, and ain't. And absolutely the fuck ain't. Like, you got to be a special type of nigga to get me to stand. Because I'm not riding or dying for nobody.
Let me tell you something. I am as loyal as your respect for my boundaries, and that's how that goes.
Well, and if that's what we playing by, you know that nigga not getting the fuck thing out of me. I literally had to tell that nigga today, bro, I keep telling you to stop calling me. And you just won't. You just keep calling 4-5
so you don't even like
day.
So like, is this like, but you want to be around him all the time?
I do.
So then why are you mad at he's calling you?
Because what you want and what you need are not the same thing.
I need space, but I keep telling him
I need to stop. I don't ever tell him to come here. I never call him. I don't ever request him. I only come when he, like, I'll tell him something like, hey, I need to be seen at some point. But as far as like, we be like, because if he were to decide right now today, you know what, she pissed me off, I don't want to ever talk to her again, we will never talk again. Because I'm not calling that nigga. Even writing, like, it was one thing. What?
You gonna call him? I'm
not going to call him. You saw how down bad I was for that week when all I wanted to do was talk to this nigga, and my pride won't let be. And I know that I don't need to be fucking with him.
you was one battery shortage away from calling that man.
I was not going to call him. I was as down bad as I could be. When I got on TikTok saying I'm finna go get my nigga back, like a fucking peon.
Bro, I remember looking at my phone going,
I was talking about, ooh, I miss him.
This can't be Roxanne.
I miss him.
Not my friend. Not my coworker.
Doing all of that. And I still didn't call him. I'm not calling this nigga. If he decided right now he don't ever want to talk to me again, we will never talk again because I'm not calling him. But if he call, I'm going to answer on the second ring every fucking time.
That is not what jams my Glock or what burns my toast this week. The thing that burns my toast is, okay, it's an internet thing. And this is going to sound so like pretentious and arrogant, but maybe y'all will relate to it. I'm just going to throw it out there and see how it goes. I hate when people are like, when it's never people I don't know. It's always people that you knew from like back in the day who are always like, hey, yo, follow me back. I don't want to. You don't produce anything on the internet that I want to see. There ain't even no content on your page.
Oh my God. Sorry.
What are we doing? Like, I knew you 7-8 years ago and there's no content on your page. What am I following you back for? What are we doing?
I literally just had this conversation with Cheesy Fries.
Oh, Cheesy Fries wanted you to follow him back?
Yeah, because I remember I unfollowed him. I made him unfollow me when we broke up the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we haven't followed each other at all since. He would watch my stories every now and then, but we haven't followed each other at all since. And then when my page got hacked, he had to follow my backup page in order to report my main page and put that they were pretending to be me. So I followed him back on there, and then he was like, I had told him, I was like, the last episode we recorded, I was like, I don't want you to watch this episode or whatever. He was like, I usually just watch the clips. I said, okay, I won't post them. And I was like, well, actually, you don't follow me anyway. He was like, oh yeah, why you don't follow me? You don't have no fucking content. Like you have zero.
Why would
post.
I follow you?
You have 0 post.
So
I was like, I follow you from my backup page, and he said, don't fucking.
So this is the first relationship that I've been in where I have often posted my significant other and followed them. In my other relationships, I don't follow my significant other because every time I do, it's always some shit. You always, some motherfucker got an issue, and it don't even be nothing. It'd be like someone commented something, and it's an inside joke because we're friends. And you in my text message talking about who is this bitch who's underneath your girl. If you don't go sit down, I'm not doing this with you today. Like, that is quite literally my friend who you met a week ago. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
So I don't like. I'm still like getting used to the fact that I follow Little One and she follows me and because Little One sometimes be wanting to cuss out girls in my comment section. Because she doesn't do it all the time, but sometimes she will go through the comment section and be like, and then like I have to be like, all of a sudden she got an attitude with me. And I'd be like, what's up? Nothing. I'm fine. I'm like, what you mad about?
I'm fine, hoe ass nigga.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I ain't do nothing. She's like, who is this bitch? And I'm just like, I don't know her. That's not or I'd be like, oh, that's my friend so and so. Are you fucking her? No, I'm not.
Question.
No, I'm not. I'm not fucking her. Why would I? When do I have time to fuck anybody but you? You in my skin all the time. Who I got time for?
Why you been following me?
Oh, you been having that conversation too? Relatable content.
Not down to the T, but when do I have time? I asked him, do you talk to all the girls that you talk to or anybody else? Do you talk to them on the phone the way that you talk to me? Like, do you do this with everybody? He's like,
when do I have
how much time do you think I have in a day?
I'm getting off the phone with you and I'm finna go to sleep. What are we talking about? No, like, and it's interesting, which is like funny to me because as I don't know if I said this on here, but me and Little One like opened up our relationship.
You did. You talked about it.
Yeah. So even like as I'm like thinking about and conceptualizing what it looks like to like be ethically non-monogamous and engage with other people, because my relationship is, because I am, if anything, I would be hierarchical polyamorous, which means that there is a structure to it. Like my primary partner is my main partner, and these other partners are a priority, but this relationship is always the main priority. So when I think about things like that and I go, okay, like cool, I could have other people that I play with. When do I have time to do that, bro? And I'm gonna have more time probably after like the next couple of weeks, because I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff with poetry and adding the podcast and thinking about getting another job and work and girlfriend and the gym. And I'm going, do I actually have time? I was like, well, she can't live here then. There's no way I could deal with someone who lives in the same city as me and wants to see me 24/7 all the time and do a little one if they're not gonna be with little one. Yeah, if it's not gonna be a throuple, that's not gonna work. And also, being in a throuple with two women, I think that shit sounds cute, but in actuality, that's a lot of work. That is so much work, and I don't know if I wanna, bro.
Is it a lot of work if, wait, no, hear me out. This is a valid question. Is it a lot of work on you if it is a true throuple and not just you in a relationship with two girls? Like if you all look at each other equally, if it's a true throuple where they can be fine without you and you can be fine with one of them and not the other, is that still as much work on you?
Because of how relationship dynamics typically work with me, and because I am a dom, I foresee that being a lot of work for me. It's going to be a lot of work, point blank, period, because you have your relationship with, so let's say little one, and let's call her
big one.
Big one. So let's say there's little one and there's big one. So I have a relationship with little one, I have a relationship with big one, and then I have the throuple, which is all three of us in a relationship. And managing that, which people don't think, like, I be thinking about when people be talking about like, oh, I want to be in a dynamic, I want to be polyamorous, I want to be, when people talk about stuff like that, they're only thinking about it from the things that they're going to gain from the situation, and not the work that they're going to have to do or the things that they're going to have to give up because you've decided to enter into this type of relationship. Like you ain't think about none of that, bro.
Well, if they never been in, how would they know?
Well, do some research. You ain't look up nothing. The internet is free. Because
I be thinking I want a dom sometimes.
Really? What type of dom do you think you want? Since you know these terms, but no idea what they mean. I was looking at that clip from last time. I was like, you know what a problem dom is? No idea. It's like, I just heard you say the word.
I heard you say service dom, and I was like, shit, throw that shit out there. I don't know what the fuck that mean, but sometimes I be thinking I want one, but I don't even know how to find one. I looked on Amazon.
They wasn't on sale.
It wasn't Prime. They talking about I had to pay for shipping. I said, boy, fuck that. Paying for no fucking shipping in 2023.
Shipping's expensive, bro.
I'm not paying for no shipping.
Why is this like I wanted what I?
That's all I want to pay. Like if I'm on a website and they're like, oh, you gotta spend $50 for free shipping, I'm spending $50 fucking. I don't care what I came there for. I'll spend more in the cost of the shipping just to get the free shipping.
Bro, do you ever shipping will make me empty my whole cart. I don't care.
Yeah.
But like $15 for shipping. I done ordered $500 worth of shit. $15 for shipping.
I'll go to the grocery store.
Hell nah. I don't even want this no more.
Shipping is the reason I'm not doing no fucking Instacart. Nothing. I'm going to pick my fucking food up, bro. I'm going to pick my food up. Delivery fees, shipping fees, I'm not paying that shit. I'm going to pick my food up.
I do the thing where I look on DoorDash to see what's good, and then I just call the place and be like, hey, I'd like to place an order, and then go pick it up. Because
I'm going to pick it up.
I don't want to. Also, the DoorDash people, sometimes they be tripping. And they don't I have the contactless, so just knock on my door and leave it, or hey, I can't find I put instructions in the thing of how to get into my apartments and all of that. You ain't read not nary an instruction.
Nary.
Not nary a one.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Narian. I was about to say, is that
that a name? Who little boy are you talking about? Wait, would Narian be a male name or a female name?
I think it could
Narian?
be
Unisex. I'm here for it.
Ooh, I always said if I had a daughter,
names.
I wanted to give her a boy's name like Logan. I think Logan for a girl is
cute.
And Dylan too.
Taylor.
Well, I don't see
Taylor's a little overused.
I see Taylor as the boy Tyler. So Taylor's always been a girl name to me. But I like Dylan.
What about naming a girl named Tyler?
Yeah, I could see it. I think it's less common, but yes, I could see it. In
England, Ashley is a unisex name. It's both boys and girls. Not here though.
I remember when I found out that Courtney was unisex, and every nigga named Courtney that I ever met in my life was fine as hell. I'm not even going.
I thought you was going to use a different F word. I was like, I thought you was going to be like, every Courtney I ever met was a fuck nigga. Like,
well, two things can be true
at the same time.
But every Courtney that I've ever known as a male was fine, big fine.
I love that for you, friend. Mm-hmm. Come back, friend. Come back, because Jeezy Fry's gonna watch this. What would you think about?
Fuck that nigga.
I'm bringing him up now, just really to hear you say, fuck that
nigga, bro. Like, stop playing with me. Okay, let's talk about it a little bit. No, because let's talk about it a little bit.
He's jamming your clock.
He's burning my fucking toes. Cheesy ass. Why? Because why piss me off? And then stupid ass nigga gonna be like, when I told him
we're
today,
never getting monetized.
You can curse. It's fine.
We cursed a lot, friend. But anyway,
every podcast I listen to curse a lot. Every last one.
For sure.
Yeah, but when I tell him why I'm mad, I tell him, look, something that you did pissed me off, but even more so than that, I'm mad at myself for being mad, which is the same thing that we had last time, because I shouldn't even be fucking with you like this. I should not have these feelings. I have feelings. So when you do certain things, they piss me off, and it pisses me off that I'm pissed off because I don't want to feel that way about you as it is. This nigga explains what happened and then moves on to something else. And then look at me like, why are you still looking at me like you got an attitude? That's called
an excuse, and I fucking hate excuses. I don't know if I've said this on here before, but there's a massive difference between reasons and excuses. I wasn't paying attention, friend.
Y'all got to start saying something if you see my wig sliding back. Y'all know I only wear glueless wigs. I did stop fucking in them though. Last time I went over there in this wig, took the wig off, and just took my hair down. And when it was time to go, put the wig back on. I'm not fucking in no more glueless wigs. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I lost my train of thought because that threw me off. Oh, there's a difference between excuses and reasons. An excuse is when people be like, hey, I didn't do the dishes because I didn't have time. I'm so sorry. And I'm expected to be like, take that as, okay, that's fair. I understand why that happened. A reason is, hey, I didn't do the dishes. I'm so sorry. I know that is a thing that needs to get done. I'll make sure it gets done in the future. A reason, when people use excuses, they're trying to justify their behavior and like say, I don't need to change anything about what just happened. When people give you a reason, they say, okay, this is the reason that this happened. I'm going to change the behavior, but I would like you to be patient with me as I am working on this thing. But most motherfuckers is out here giving you excuses, not reasons.
Fuck that nigga.
He's giving you all the excuses.
Yeah, and my dumb ass just be sitting there.
I'm like, yes, daddy. You don't call him daddy?
Only when we fucking.
That's enough.
Yeah.
You ever?
I call him little bro whenever we just chilling.
Yo, let me tell you something. I'll be so turned off. Little bro.
What's good, little bro? You good?
Hey, it's the little part. Who is big you bro? Are 5 foot nothing. Who is you calling little, bro?
I don't feel like that was necessary.
that wasn't even aimed at you.
Sheesh. Well, so I caught a stray.
You did. That same way I caught a stray. What's her name? She's talking about. She's like all y'all saying, all these like men out here talking about they're intelligent. If we took you to a library for the first date and asked you to read a book out loud, then what? I said, first of all, how my dyslexic ass catch a stray? I didn't even do nothing. I was sitting here. I enjoy your content. I liked it and everything. Like, what are we doing?
A good friend of mine said, y'all girls always be talking about, I don't really care about how much money a man got. He got to be able to teach me something. These niggas don't know shit. What is he teaching you?
Ooh, speaking of things that burn my toast, another thing that burns my toast is, you ever like, you like something too early and then you continue to watch the rest of it? You got to take your like back.
I take my like back.
Like, oh no.
Smooth the fuck back. Yeah. Sometimes I be wanting to tell people at what point did I hit the like button, because I don't hit the like button.
Bro,
I don't hit the like button for people I know.
Oh yeah, if I know you, I immediately hit the like button because I'm trying to boost your algorithm. Right. I'm trying to get you there. But like, when I do that and then you say some shit, I be like, why you do that? Now I got to take my like back.
Take my like back.
And I might have to DM you, because because now we can't be friends. Because what did you say that about women for?
Yeah, I'm quick to take my like back. I'll take my like back if it's like the beginning of a transition and then I don't like the outfit that you put on. Nah,
bro, the work. What's crazy is the repost. You ever reposted something and then like you ain't really watch it all the way through. You just like the first thing that they said. And you was like, oh, I'm gonna repost that. But you got impatient with what they were saying, so like you went back. So you like scrolled, and then somehow, some way, TikTok does that thing where like you viewed all the things you can view. So it like recycles something, and you look at and you watch the whole thing. You go, I reposted this. It's crazy.
This is very specific. I feel like this happened recently. What the fuck does it matter? TikTok, I know a lot of y'all follow me from TikTok, but I'm really like gravitating away, because I can't tell you how many videos I post on Instagram and I'm like, oh, my TikTok followers are gonna fuck with this. Can't post it because TikTok take it down immediately. My engagement doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, okay, I feel like TikTok's algorithm is way better than Instagram's. And I know that because of the type of engagement that I get. TikTok pushes my content to people who fuck with my type of humor, people who can understand my humor, people who have, for the most part, similar ideologies as me, right? Instagram's is not as specific, and it just be pushing that shit to everybody.
And not even your followers, just everybody.
Especially when you are in a position like I am right now, where I'm hot. So they're just pushing.
So now you get everybody that comes to your page don't understand. They don't have good intentions. They trying to go at you and talk about all this stuff. Like old boy who was like that young king want you to get in the kitchen and make him something. He ain't say that. He said he wanted pizza. And
people who clearly just don't even fucking listen. I had to change the caption on one of my videos, and I wish the people who I'm talking to, I wish y'all like to read as much as y'all like to fucking talk, because I had to change the caption to literally say, on the video where I was like, should I leave him behind asking me, am I eating turkey necks? I had to change the caption to say, I see that a lot of y'all clearly can't tell that I'm joking. I'm not coming up off that man. I was just high.
That's because so also I've realized, like, the reason some people can't tell you're joking is because they talk to people on the internet the same way they do in their real lives and their personal lives and their actual relationships, and that's crazy to me. Like the majority, like the way that people resolve conflict online, I'd be like, that's how y'all resolve conflict in y'all real life, and that's not appropriate.
Yeah.
This is why you deserve. This is why you need to be alone. You don't need to be with nobody. You need to figure it out.
People on the internet are just so fucking bold. They come in your comments saying anything.
You would never. Like, I look at.
You would never.
I look at some of the stuff. Sometimes someone will say to me, and I'd be like, I bust your head to the white meat show. Who is you talking to? And then I have to come back and be like, you're an adult now, and you can't do that.
And I don't even be wanting to use my platform for certain things.
I try not to, because I'm like, if I make a video about you, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be
bad because
the internet. First of all, the internet loves that type of shit.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna get what you're looking for. Every time I've done it, and I've had to be like, what's her name? It's gone really bad for the person that I did it with. Speaking of another thing that like that burns my toast is when like I make when people leave unnecessary comments that didn't really have anything to do with what I was talking about, I'd be like, you could have just literally kept that to yourself.
Mm-hmm. You ain't got no friends. You ain't got no group chat to send this to.
Because I don't care.
Send it to your mama.
I don't care at all.
Excuse me. Y'all heard that?
You are excused. I didn't look to see if it was popping up or not, but let's hope.
Excuse me.
I'd be trying to move this away whenever I.
It's somebody who's gonna pay good money for that burp.
How much? Okay. Let's. What jams my? What burns my toast is over. I have a question. What amount of money would it take for you to do OnlyFans?
Do what on OnlyFans? I got kids. I have children, and I can't. I have children, and I have way too many identifiable tattoos.
That's real.
I'm hit up. I'm hit up. I don't know how many tattoos I have. I think 30. I'm not really sure.
I've been thinking. I've thought about doing an OnlyFans for real, and I'm very, very close. But I also know that like once I go there,
yeah,
I can't go back.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very close.
And we live in Texas, which is at will. So they don't need no reason to fire you. They can tell you that they're not firing you because you're OnlyFans. They found your OnlyFans or some shit like that.
I'd be nervous about doing TikTok and doing this. Like, what are we talking about? Yeah. But let's take a break and we'll come back with our question of the week and our scenario.
Okay.
All right. So we're ready to do question of the week. We're back. And the question of the week this week was, how do you know when it's been too long since you last had sex?
Yikes.
People were down bad, friend.
I can't imagine. All right, give it to me.
So how do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? I get way too wet at everything is hella sensitive, and I actually think I will have an orgasm from nothing.
I ain't ever been that down bad. I done been down bad, but an orgasm from nothing. That's why I never wanted my coochie pierced, because they be like, you just walking and have an orgasm. Who the fuck wants to do that? That sounds exhausting.
Lose your balance.
Yeah, now I didn't fail the fuck over in Target.
Not in Target. Excuse me. Okay. How do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? When the dryer starts to look tempting.
Washing machine for me, but I get it. I understand.
You won't yuck her yum, just hey.
Yeah, washing machine for me, because it'd be like, especially you put like a comforter or something in it. It's like that bitch be on the other side of the room.
I'm not gonna do this to you today. Okay, let's see. Someone said, how do you know when it's been too long since you last had sex? I think about sex all day. And I was like, that's very regular. I think that's very regular to me. But hey, whatever. Someone said, okay, how do you know when it's been too long since you've had sex? Someone just posted and said 525,600 minutes. Like the theater, I was never a theater kid, but I was just like, I fuck with it. Like that was cute. I like it. Classic. How do you know when it's been too long since you last had sex? When I'm frequently aching in the pit of my pelvis.
Aching.
It's like what does that say? I can't read that word. The S word at the bottom.
Seymour.
It's like I'm feeding Seymour feeling. What is Seymour?
Who the fuck is Seymour?
I didn't catch that reference. I feel like I'm feeding Seymour. That must be a monster from something. Someone in the comment section, tell us what feeding Seymour means, because I don't know. And I feel like it's a good joke, and I want to laugh. How do you know when it's been too long since you last had sex? When I'm just throbbing for no reason.
That right there make your pussy throb. Do you remember that video when they were pouring syrup on the pancakes? She said, I was just about to say my pussy's throbbing.
How do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? When I start to think about hitting up my ex.
Well,
you did that.
I'm gonna spin the block. Before I take my chances on something new,
Go spin the block.
go back to what I know.
How do you know when it's been too long since you last had sex? When men start to seem attractive.
Yikes.
How did all of us? I mean, I get it. So I like hanging out with men that are in on the joke that men are trash. Cause like then we can like have a conversation. We can be fun. But like sometimes I'd be like, I ain't even do nothing to nobody. I was literally just existing.
But maybe she just not attracted to men.
Well, that's fair. But then say that. Like, I'm a lesbian.
She did.
Like, qualify that with, so, as a lesbian. Because otherwise, I'm just like, hey, I ain't even do nothing.
That's you battling. Because the first thing I thought, just hearing that and nothing else, was that she's not attracted to men. And she's so horny that now men are attractive.
But see, the thing is, straight women say that shit too. That has become like a popular thing for straight women to say.
I can't relate. I love niggas.
That we know, and the wrong ones.
I love men. What?
I'm not gonna do you like that today, friend. Let's just move on. How do you know when it's been too long since you last had sex? When I start listening to BDSM podcasts to start getting wet from it.
Seems like something you should just do anyway.
I'm here for it. How do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? The vibrator don't hit no more.
That's it. That's the one. We're going to throw that shit across the room.
I just feel like you need to upgrade your toys. And I have some recommendations.
Because I told you, we had this conversation before. Like, I like men on, like, I want somebody.
You want somebody on top of you. You want the
Yes.
feeling of, yeah. Okay.
Somebody.
Okay. How do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? When I'm irritated by everything and don't want to self-serve myself.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Little one is like that. She be having an attitude for no reason. Like we'll be on the phone and she will she just catch an attitude out of nowhere. And I'm just like, or she like call me and it's immediately like she about that action. And sometimes I'd be like, and I'm ready to like get back at her. And then on occasion I sit back and I go, you need daddy to fix it, don't you? And she goes, that exhale gets me every time. Cause I just be like, I can fix it for you, but you got to calm down.
Fuck that.
Not you having flashbacks. I'm just saying, friend. You do not like him right now.
Fucking friend.
It is so hilarious. I thought my shit was bad, but you're openly like, I don't like him, and I need him to know it's fuck him.
Fuck him.
How do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? When she gets wet for no goddamn reason. Look, ma'am, I ain't nobody around.
What are you doing? Relax. There's children around. Calm your horny ass down. Like, relax.
Careful with the children comment. This people are wild. Yeah. How do you know it has been too long since you had sex? When I start using toys more than twice a week alone. That feels regular to me. But hey, you're down bad is you're down bad.
Right.
How do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? I get soaked at a deep voice, and if someone's energy is dominating, whoa.
That don't just happen like regularly?
You built different, friend. You.
Oh.
How do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? When furious masturbation occurs.
Not furious. Feverishly.
Bro, I'm laughing so hard because I know the person that sent that question in, and when I read it I laughed because I was like, oh, my Scorpio sister. Like, what is happening? You okay, friend? How do you know when it's been too long since you had sex? When the toys, vibrators, dildos don't make me squirt no more. Do if you can't. So this is the thing, because of like what I know about like women who squirt, I'd be like, do y'all try to make yourself squirt when you're alone? That feels like a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, I do not like to. I don't want to. If we're in my house. If I'm going home.
Because this is the thing.
Business.
Cleanup is a motherfucker. If I could choose to have an orgasm and not ejaculate, I probably would. Because I don't want to have to do the cleanup after. Right. Okay, let's see. How many more? There's only a couple more. How do you know when it's been too long since you've had sex? All my erogenous zones are extremely sensitive. How do you know when it's been too long since you've had sex? Almost 3 years of celibacy, and I started having wild dreams. I think it's a sign.
Yeah, I feel like my dreams would be wild as hell if I start fucking.
3 years, bro? I ain't gone 3 years since I was a virgin. That's crazy. Okay. The last one is a variation of one of the first ones. How do you know when you haven't had sex for too long? And I have an attitude for no reason. Yeah. That's okay. You need somebody to come fix it.
Yeah. That's sounds about right. Do you have an answer?
How do I know when it's been too long since I've had sex? I
start losing sight out my left ear. I start going blind in my left ear. I can't see out that motherfucker for shit.
What happens is, okay, when I start growling at shit for no reason.
All right, Roy Kent.
But that, bruh, like something, and it comes out of me, and it's not voluntary.
Well, I would like to give a piece of advice. I already gave it on Instagram to anybody who may have missed it. I used to do this on Twitter once a quarter, back when I was like heavy on Twitter. Once a quarter, I would just randomly tweet this, but this is a bit of advice for anybody who it applies to. It can apply to men and women, but don't swallow nut on an empty stomach. It will fuck you up. You will have diarrhea. Just don't do it. Get you some crack. You ever took a vitamin on an empty stomach? That shit fucks you up. Just get you some crackers or some hot chips or get something. Put something on to milk. If you drink milk coats your stomach. Just do something before you swallow nut.
Okay, so I found this. Someone else does listener letters, but it's on their Twitter, and I'm gonna send you the thing so that you can insert the thing as I'm reading it, because my reading is bad. But I'm gonna ask you this scenario about what would you do, because this person asked for help. They didn't ask us for help, but they asked for help.
Okay.
And so we're gonna try. The Twitter account is 6 Brown Chicks.
Oh, I've heard. Okay.
So the question 1: I spent 2 years with a man. I wanted us to live together, but he refused. I stole his keys and made a spare so I could see what he was into. So I walked in on my 28-year-old boyfriend giving oral sex to a sex doll that I didn't even know he owned. First, he pulled a gun on me. He told me to return the key I made and keep my mouth shut about the doll. Then he said he was practicing to be better in bed with me. Okay, but I'm a female and his sex doll was a male. I haven't responded to his text because I don't know what to do. Help.
Oh, my Lanta.
Friend, when I read it, I said,
kept
getting worse. It's getting worse and worse.
What?
Friend, he pulled a gun on you. That's not your man no more.
He up tool on your ass.
Anytime someone pulls a gun on you, the relationship is over.
But did he pull a gun like because he was startled? Like he didn't like. It was
first of all,
somebody came in the house and he just pulled
did you
it.
like what? Were you going down on the doll and you just had the gun on you? Like you just kept the toolie with you? Like did you have the toolie pointed at the doll? Like, hey, don't move, fuck nigga. Like, what was happening? Why did you need the tool with you?
Wowzers!
It's crazy.
What should you do?
Leave
expeditiously. Run and never return.
Because I'm not even like, okay, so he had a sex doll. People have like, I'm not into the whole like shaming men for having sex toys thing. because women have them and it's perfectly like whatever. So men should be allowed to have sex toys. But like, if you gay, just be gay, bro. If you bisexual, just be bisexual, bro. What did you trying to hide for? The fact that he was so the internalized homophobia made him pull a gun.
He up tool on you. You got to leave that man.
And we making jokes, but in all honesty, yeah, it's a serious matter. Yes, you gotta go.
But you did steal his. That
was because you did some shit you ain't had no business doing. Maybe he grabbed a gun on you because you startled him when you came in the house, because nobody's supposed to be in the house.
Saying, like, did he see that it was you and still pull the gun out, or did he like just, oh my gosh, who the fuck is walking in my house? I'm the only person who's supposed to have a kid.
Can you like put yourself in that scenario and act as the girl who's walking in and seeing that, and like, what would show us what your reaction would be? Can you put yourself in that mind space?
Listen, if he heard me come in and saw me, I don't know what the fuck I would do.
You would just freeze.
But if he did not see me, I would leave
and back out slowly,
like Homer into them bushes. And never return. I would never come back. Because life is full of double standards. Unfortunately, it's just the way things are.
Yeah,
and I am perfectly okay with a man being. I accept that men can be bisexual. I know there's so many women out there who are like, oh no, you're just gay, whatever. No, because if you like men and you like women, then you're bisexual.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with that. But I do think that it's weird when niggas have sex toys. That shit, it's just ingrained. I don't know. It's one of those, we all have our things that we want to be better than. I don't want to feel this way, but why you got a pocket pussy? That shit's crazy to me.
Because it keeps them from having unwanted and unplanned kids.
Yeah, but it's called a pocket pussy. That's wild to me. And I wish that it weren't that way.
Sometimes
I wish
it's
I
a
didn't
pocket
care.
mouth.
Not any better. I wish that I didn't feel that way, but I am, I can be slave to the misandry every now and then.
I don't really believe in misandry. Misandry is like reverse racism.
Oh,
the one wouldn't be there if there was no misogyny. There would be no misandry.
But there is misogyny,
misandry is a reaction usually to men's misogyny. Therefore, I don't think that's a real thing. The same way I don't think reverse racism is a real thing.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is.
Yeah, it ain't for me.
But I'm saying whatever it is, it does kind of, that it's just weird to me. But it's not something that I would like if I found out that my man had a pocket mouth. I was gonna lie and say I wouldn't. Now I'm gonna feel something. That shit weird, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But like, okay, this is
He's like,
first and foremost,
but
y'all been together for how long? 3 years?
2 years.
2 years? And y'all don't live together? It's already wild to me. You know how I am.
Month and a half. So put me on a lease.
Move me? Nah, I don't want to be on a lease because I need to be able to leave if I want to. I ain't never been on a lease with a nigga. Except when me and my ex-husband bought a house together. I've never been on a lease at an apartment with a nigga, and I didn't live with niggas. I be moving in. Or they be moving in. But anyway. So first and foremost, red flag number one.
Y'all been together for 2 years and
and you had to steal his keys. But you stole his house keys and made copies.
I'm trying to think. I gave little one a key to my apartment fairly early. I think it was before 6 months. Mm-hmm. But it became inconvenient. Mm-hmm. Like, I gotta get home to let you in, or like you want to come. And I just, here, take the key. It was like, this is like a necessary thing that is going to save me trouble.
Yeah. But yeah, you stole that man's keys.
I feel like she's the type to make spares too.
That's what she said. She said she stole the key and made copies.
I'm talking about little one.
Oh,
if I would ask my key back, she already got a spare. She little one told me, she was like, yeah. I fuck up people's cars, and I was just like, why you said that to me like it was just like regular, and I just looked and I went, let me explain something to you. I'm gonna put the laws in your life. I'm not doing this. And she was like, yeah, like offended that I would say that I'm going to take legal action against you.
Calling the
police, because I can't put my hands on you.
I am calling the law.
Because what did you destroy my shit for?
Yeah, I've never done that. I did have an ex-boyfriend.
I don't believe you.
I haven't.
You've never done that?
Not nothing crazy. Like keying a car.
You tried to drop elbow from the top rope.
He deserved it. But he would have been all right.
But putting sugar in the gas tank is too far.
Yeah, no, because I'm not going to damage your personal property.
That's real.
I did threaten to throw his PlayStation over the balcony, but I didn't do it. And so I had people that date gamers and then do things to like fuck with gamers is so wild disrespectful to me. Like all them things of like girls be like, oh, I deleted his 2K player. I'd be like, oh, I would break up with you. Yeah.
Instantly.
I wouldn't blame you. I don't do the worst thing I ever did. I threw half a cake at his windshield, but it didn't break it or nothing like that. He just had to go get new windshield wipers. Because from trying to get that thick ass cake ice.
Throwing a cake at the windshield is kind of funny though.
Yeah,
it's like it's comedic.
Yeah,
as long as he wasn't driving.
It was half cake. No, it was in the parking lot. And then there was the one time I almost killed my own self because I decided to go under his sink in the bathroom and take every cleaning supply from under the sink and pour it in the bathtub. I could have passed the fuck out.
That room was not well ventilated, and look at you.
But
did it to yourself?
But no, I had the door open, so it was fine. But had I had the door closed, I definitely would have passed out. But do you know how mad you have to be to shake Comet out of a can? Like to empty the can? It don't have.
Did you put all the empty bottles back in there?
I put them in the tub. I shake everything, drop that shit in the tub. Bleach, drop it in the tub.
How did that make you feel?
Drop it in the tub. It made me feel awesome. And then I left because I had a key. So I just left.
Did you get the key back?
Eventually, not at that time, no. One time, me and Mike's boyfriend was fighting, and I beat him home, and I hid in the house. And he knew I was there because he saw my car, but he couldn't find me because I was hiding. And I put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
And you're little, so like you can fit in like tiny places.
I was hiding in this little cupboard thing above the washing machine.
I feel like that's a good ending spot, friend, because like if we tell this story, maybe we'll tell that story on Patreon. We'll see.
We'll save some stories for the people who want to pay to hear us talk.
That's fair.
Why would I do that? Are we done?
I think so.
Okay, I don't think this is a very long episode.
I feel like it is on the cool.
I think each one was about 20 minutes, so it puts us a little over an hour, and I think the last episode we did was like maybe an hour and 30 minutes, something like that. They
don't need all that.
Yeah, no, I think you guys will be fine. What y'all don't understand is these episodes come out once a week, but we literally just saw each other like 2 days ago. The episode before this was shot 2 days ago, and so but you won't see this one till next week. So we don't have a whole lot to like.
We did, but we can't talk about all of it on camera because I love my baby and I want to keep my relationship.
I love that for you.
You just love the pain. Look at you thinking about it right now. Okay, y'all, we gonna go.
Bye.